Frankenstein. Yeah, Frankenstein. He's alive. The creature's alive. Shut back up it. Hope everyone's okay. Who's the first dog? Taking down. Right. Got a bit of indigestion. I've had a bit of a treat today. It's been a Saturday. Training hard all week. On Saturday and Sunday, I have a bit of a cheat food, so I've had a bit of cake stuff. It's giving me indigestion. You know, the what was it? I had pastry with I can't remember what that was. Thingy tarts, jam tarts. I can't remember now.
Hiya, Barry. Oh, Louise and Jamie have just been in the Indian in Middlesbrough. Now Julia's son, Jamie. And this man put £50 behind the Indian and said he'd left it because he had such lovely smiles and a bright in the room. Wasn't that nice?
Yeah.
So... Philip, I've just read your message. Probably Brian would love to go to a pub in Bishop and talk about mental health, don't you?
Yeah, well, we've already been up there once, mate, at the snooker hall.
Yeah, he invited us for Convict Pie, didn't he?
Yeah.
I am Mark Griffiths. I Rohans Ferdinand. Steve Jennings. Marky Boy Baker.
Getting tortured off Pumpkinhead. That's his new name. Seen the size of his head. Honest to God, he looks like something of a horror film. Now he's saying he wants to be Terry Waite. Last week it was Paul Weller. The month before that was Oliver Reed. The month before that was Paul Sykes. The month before that was Lee Duffy. He's mentally ill. He's got multiple personality disorders.
But Marky
Boy, don't take no notes of me. He's completely mentally ill. You've all seen that now. You all can see. He's a mental patient.
But Marky, thanks for sticking up for us. And you know what? He tends to target everybody that we know, and that's what he's done with you. So thank you, though. We tried to ring you earlier to thank him, didn't we?
Yeah, tried to ring your son, but yeah, he does it to everyone. Nobody. See, he's great at grassing people up, making statements and grassing people, phoning the police them. But as soon as anyone else does it, the police inform us, the grassers, the this and that. But
now I'm going to show you a couple of photographs, and then we're not going to speak about him. But this is somebody we know who never threatened anybody.
Only 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago tonight it was.
Didn't threaten anybody, and they got that straight away from a DS.
Detective Sergeant from North Yorkshire Police contacted the person because all the person did was say, "I just want to have a word with you," and he went
and show you the evidence.
And show you the evidence what they've done to Brian and Emma. So what did they do? Straight on the phone to the police. Straight on the phone to the police. Detective Sergeant then contacted them through the computers. We need to speak to you about trolling people, about threatening people. How fucking dare they? They're the biggest trolls on the planet. And how them coppers keep looking after it proves he's got a handler for the cops to do that. And then the same night, the police came out and put a car there for them. On the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the car went because we know people live in the village, don't we? And he had police. He said, "Oh, my life's in danger." It's all shit to get this person in trouble. They weren't arguing. They were just saying, "I've got evidence to prove that you've done this. Would you be willing to make blah, 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 blah." And he said, made a lot of lies up and told the police. And she did it as well, his wife. Horrible.
But a DS to get in touch, it's hard enough people who get burgled or anything like that. They have the struggle to get a PC out. But
I'll be behind you and you don't look at me, right? And you close your eyes and I'll put my hands up how many minutes it took before the phone to them. How many minutes? You're looking at your divvy.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant ringing. No. But yes, so the phone done pretty quick, and it was a DS. It wasn't a PC or anyone from the control room. And the message that person on Facebook, so it's a bit weird. Anyway, but that's enough for them. Official topic talk. Much love always. There's Steve Bryant.
Yeah, I know some talking.
Benjamin Konsky Abraham. Brian, do you know someone called Richard the Teddy Man?
No, I don't know him. I don't ever heard of him.
Freedom for People, True Lies. Lovely to have you on. Peter DeVore. Hiya.
Hey, Peter.
Philip Crawford, can I call you tomorrow to arrange so we can tell things? Definitely, Philip, that's amazing. Neil Roberts, evening, guys. Love you both. We love you. One is Ferdinand, do you have any stories about Have you ever met? Yeah, the story's already on the channel about Viv.
Yeah, there's only 3 or 4 stories on there.
Yeah, and then we're just gonna let him rest.
Yeah. I didn't really know him that well. I only met him once in jail. I talked to him through the gate and waved at him. That was it. And there was a bit of badgy going on between other people. I jumped in. That was it. There was never nothing malice towards the man. He was a legend, and rightly so.
Cheeky monkey.
Cheeky bananas monkey. For you. I've been eating bananas all week.
He said he's got some bananas for you. Let me have a look. Si Tyson, evening, Brian Emma. Thanks for the stream. Hope you're both well. Thank you, Si.
Thank you, Si.
Great outdoors. Evening, guys. Hope you're both well. From Big John on Loch Lomond. Do you know what?
Nice place to go with that.
Do you know what I was saying the other day to someone? I said, we need to go to like Scotland in the Highlands and we need to just live off the land. And that's the only place is going to be safe, I think. What's it like at Loch Lomond? Great outdoors. Scotty 1994, evening, Brian Emma, both well. I did send you a vid back. Oh, right, I'll have a look.
I've never seen it, mate.
Mark Griffiths, Brian, is it true there's a movie being made about your life?
Not at the moment. It's what we did there. I did a one called This Is Birmingham. It's me playing like a gangster's, a top gangster cartel army's minder. I'm only in about 5 minutes or something, but I would have been in longer because of the injuries. I couldn't do it 6 months ago. We did it. That's done. And then there's This Is Birmingham next year, 2. And then the year after, Lee Watley's doing my book now from when I'm a kid all the way through. So he's going to do like so far. Then part 2, so we're going to have that's going to be made up a movie. But it'll be like 2 years before it's made because we need to get the book out first and everything.
My world, my times. That's amazing. From Lanzarote. Good evening to you.
Hello, mate. I bet it's nice there, is it?
Clint Borgia. Hiya, everybody. Hiya, Clint. Benjamin. What's it called? The film.
It's called This Is Birmingham. The one I've just finished. The trailers are out next month.
I think that's thingy.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Edgar Lee, good evening, everyone. The great outdoors, stunning. Make sure you put it on your bucket list.
Yeah, it's the mental patients back on.
Danny to me, evening, Emma and Brian. I hope you're both good. Yeah, we're good. Better for having you on. Quaver Ava,
are you? Thumbs up, guys. There's only 38 on, so you've only more than 7 thumbs up.
Si Tyson, your hair's look lovely, Emma. And how are you both the dogs doing? Oh, thank you. I've just had my extensions moved up. But the dogs are doing amazing, aren't they?
Yeah. Nightmare though coming up because of bonfire night with Scrappy. But what happens, Scrappy's that scared, he petrifies the fireworks. But Eli just sits with him and cuddles him and won't leave him until he's calmed down. But that was when he was a baby. Because there's big fireworks out here, like in July when the Queen thing and all that stuff. When they got married, got married in the family, royal family, the son, and the fireworks were going up, and he was petrified. So Eli sat with him all night. I can't remember what it was. The young lad, William, was it?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she died, didn't she?
No.
Oh, the wedding last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different glow you have, yeah.
No. Dr. No, hello. They got married ages ago, 2 years ago, I think. What, William and
Dirk? Got anniversary not long ago, last year, with the Queen and everything, the Jubilee. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, it will be, but
the big Jubilee and the fireworks were all going off and Scrappy was petrified and Eli was sat with him.
Dr. No, hello, Brian and Emma and chat. Hey, Dr. No, hope you're well.
50th, I think it was, or something like that. 50 years in thingy, wherever she was.
My world, my times. How's your health, Brian? You seem to be doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing all right, mate. I'm just really sore. My right side's really bad. I've been doing loads of stretching and loads of legs in the last few days, and I've been doing these new exercises with elastic bands to strengthen me in the hips because that's where the tenderness is on my hip. I've got to go for an X-ray on Monday. Got my chest and get a blood test and everything. The doctor sent us to go on Monday.
So Horace Blatt, delighted to see you as always. Vampsy, evening. Hope you're both well. Thank you very much. Official Topic Talk, hit the likes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Official Topic Talk, Steve. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Yeah, Steve, put your link in the chat. And if anyone wants to sub to Steve's channel, it's a good channel. And I definitely advise it. Also, Official holding. Ronan's channel's really good as well. Zeesk Wally, good evening. Can somebody explain why farming man tractor man? Zeesk, what? Good evening. Can somebody explain why farming tractor man? I haven't got a clue what you mean, Wally. Zeke Wally. Marky Boy Baker, I'm watching the comments. I got a dog jumping on my lap because of the fireworks. Oh, I remember you saying that your dog was like that with fireworks.
You're not me, don't you, mate? Now it's horrible, isn't it? They're that scared, especially being in Akita because they're from the mountain regions in Japan where there's no noise. So being in them, we go back 600 years, so the hearing's the same as a wolf. So that he can hear the barometer change in the air, the weather, he can smell it and change. So he'll start backing before the lightning comes or before the rain comes.
John, all right, my mum's relatives are all from County Durham and Middlesbrough, all good salt the earth people, keep up the videos, I love the stories. Philip Crawford, I'm quiet tonight, sorry, I'm having a down day, but I'll get through it. No, you'll be fine, Philip.
Yeah, you'll be all right, Philip. It's just the blues and all, just try and get some vitamin D in you at this time of year because there's no sunshine, so it makes you depressive. The testosterone levels drop because the sun gives you testosterone with the vitamin D. So if you get some vitamin D, you can get them in the Aldi. So I would take about 4 a day. And after 2, Basil, my mate, was depressed last week. He's been on 4 days and he's back in the gym now. They're only £2.
Dear Benjamin, why do you feel like you're in Chicago? If you want to elaborate. Ben Sykes, can I get a shout out, please, for Tony and Ben in Huddersfield?
Tony and Ben in Huddersfield, and somebody else was asking for the dog, Jack Russell, this morning or someone.
It's a comedy show between you two, love it. Great outdoors, I know it is, isn't it? Some of the looks we give each other are amazing. People have pointed out, but we don't mean it, but it might look a bit strange. Ben Sykes, how's Brian?
I'm not so bad, mate. I can answer that one. That one's for me.
So, Clint Borgen, we've had the fireworks all week. It's Deville in Leicester.
Right.
Freedom for the people. Philip Crawford, hope you're feeling better. Philip Crawford, thank you, freedom. Dr. No. Take it easy, Brian. No man is Ireland.
No man's an island, you mean?
Yeah, that's what he's put.
Yeah.
No man's an island.
Yeah. Bigger than that island, but that was huge.
It's Halloween in 2009 to Neil Roberts, I said.
Fucking Halloween every night up Stokes.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, it's Halloween every night in this street.
If you read that.
With that pumpkin head.
If you read that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fashion the floor.
Yeah, he's put on my page today. I know he's a good talk, but I've got to tell them he went on. Jamie Doyle, his real name. Jamie Doyle, greatest author ever and greatest crime writer. Resurrection of Brian Cockerill was a #1 hit, and we got all the money. We kept the lot, and the Cockerill's got nothing. The Boyles kept it all up. The Boyles he put. He's just like taking the piss out of it now, like, because he's made a fortune off the book. That's why he put the spawn on the book when I got up this morning. Oh, sorry, on the it's probably Mandy by Bait, probably seen it.
Fashion the floor. How's the progress with your hands, Brian?
The right hand's still bad, but the left one, look at raped until now. So I'm doing a little bit of I'm going to say physio to tell you the truth. This new doctor I've got, Emma's got. I'm getting a
Brian told me to shut up, didn't you?
Ultrasound scan on my hip.
Can we tell them from the start?
Yeah. Go on.
Right. So we went in
the.
What? No, but if you're going to tell them a story, tell them it proper.
But you'll be here for a week.
No, I won't. So Brian went into the doctor's and he does what he usually does.
Doctor.
And pretends that everything's all right and that he's only gone there for his chest. So he went to me, don't you be saying nothing. So I sat on the thing and I went,
on the bed.
Right, he needs a physiotherapist for his hands. He said he should have well had them out.
The best thing you need when you have an operation, the most important thing is a physio. How they have to give me physio is beyond me, he said to me.
In the end, I bombarded him with about 8 things, and he's got.
Chest bad. I'm getting an X-ray on my chest. I'm getting not an ultrasound. I'm getting a scan on my side to see why it keeps flaring up all the time, to see if there's out there damage. And then I'm getting a blood test, and I'm getting a urine test, a liver test, a kidney test, a heart test, a lot, and what was it? Diabetes test. So it's testing everything.
Yeah, he's doing everything.
Full MOT. I'll get a full MOT next week. I'll be over the moon. I've had this cough I've had about 9, 10, 12 months. And my nose running all the time. I told me, he said, no, that's not a cold. He says, definitely something's not right there. So they'll take me in to do the x-ray.
So I think it's ridiculous for the pension age to be 72, don't you?
Well, you remember probably they've left school at 15. So if they've left to work till they're 60 old, that's 45 years working. So they wouldn't have worked another 7 years.
Yeah, and then they get to 72 and they'll probably be full of ailments. Well, they might not be, but I mean, they won't be able to enjoy the retirement.
No, they won't be able to spend it because that money then goes straight to the government. As soon as your money's in the bank and you've got no family, they take it off you. Then they've got another one, thingy tax. But they give you, if you leave your money to your kids, they tax 50% of the money off them. They tax 50% of your money when you've got it, 60%. Then when it goes to 100 grand, you get 60%, so you get 60 grand took off you. And then when the money goes to the kids, you take 50% of that off as well. Inheritance tax is called.
Yeah, I feel sorry, Dr. No, for dogs and cats that get affected by fireworks. It's an absolute nightmare. That Eli is so funny with him. He just runs out in the garden and backs at him, doesn't he?
He's a bull terrier. He's eating the key. It's a different thing.
No, but there's a lot of bulldogs. My bulldog used to suffer.
Yeah, but he's not a bulldog.
No, but I know, but
different thing. Bull terriers aren't scared of nothing. They'll just run through an elephant, fight an elephant, a crocodile. Look at what he said, Jim, our hairdresser, when he was in South Africa. He was trying to fight a crocodile. The bull terrier he had. Trying to get in the water to fight the crocodile, so they're not scared of nothing.
Thanks, Terry O'Neill. Benjamin, is there any footage? Why would there be footage of Lee Duffy, right? When all them that time ago, there wasn't phones with cameras on. I was around that time ago. And you know the channel that has put footage as if Lee's moving on his photographs? I think it's absolutely disgusting for Lee's family.
The bit where that was supposed to be in the van, we used to go to the van all the time. She wouldn't bother me.
That's not even Lee's voice.
That's not Lee's voice.
Is it? Not even Lee's voice. Even Carol will tell you that. Hey up, guys. Much love from Doncaster, Steve. Thank you.
Hey, Steve.
Daniel K. Big Bye, which was the most lively place to be on the doors, Borough, Stockton or Redcar, mate?
Wrekin was the busiest out of all. Stockton was the best place to go for rave clubs because they had 4 rave clubs there and they had control of them all. And Birches was a good place. Blazers, there was that many places to go. And there was a boxing club as well. So there was quite a few raves, but we had control of all them raves in them days because we had the little things and that.
Classical music really works to calm dogs down. I just tried it. Yeah, I've heard that.
Let me have putting earphones on his ears and everything, and he just doesn't work. He can still hear them. The only thing he does, he gets in the bed with me, gets on top of the bed, and I put the blanket on him. Put one of the blankets with me. Eli's not bothering out. He goes out and shouts at them. Woof woof.
Sparky, hi.
Hello, Sparky, mate. Got a digesting terrible out them. I can't remember what I've had.
I don't believe for 1 minute.
Mince pies, pastry, made me bad.
I don't believe for 1 minute that he's dying of kidney disease. I believe that he's had a dirty old steroid needle, and that's what's happened to him. Big up, Michael Baker, a white man. How are you doing, Bri? Clint Borgen, I want to get up to 7. I won't get to 72. We probably won't.
I will get to 60.
And Brian won't be getting 62 if he plays his cards.
I won't get to 60. I won't make that you make this year the way I'm going on. Good disaster news on Monday.
Dave Smithers, are you? I hope you're okay. Really, I felt so thankful for the Spanner guys. Thank you so much. But was always a better grafter with a screwdriver to an army. So, hi, Sparky, Jonathan, Caitlin. Hope you're winning. God bless you both. Thank you, Jonathan. You're certainly right, Philip. No freedom for people, true lies. I was keeping an eye on Dr. No, and I thought he's constant, he's every week, and he's a good lad. So yeah, he got his spanner. Working my way through your videos, love the channel after watching your documentary, Brian. Much love. That's from Steve.
Cheers, Steve. Thank you very much, brother. There's loads there. If you go right back about 6, 7, 8 months, there's loads and loads.
I think a urine test is just taking the piss, Philip Crawford. See, you're all right now.
That's all right, Philip. You're getting there, son.
Did you ever do the door in Glasgow or have any funny stories from people?
I was from just down the road from
your mate worked the door, didn't he?
Yeah, big Gordon Hanna, who comes to see us. He worked the door, and he worked the main nightclub where all the top celebrities used to go. Lovely big lad, him. 6'4", about 18 stone, big lump of lad.
He's coming to see us soon, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been a few times to see us, and our other Mike, because keep training, Mike. We love you, mate. He's going for a world record in the tyre flip. I think 625 kilo tyre. He's going to train for that world record now.
Freedom for people, true lies. I was there that night. I was there every single night. Brian, were you working the doors of the Coliseum when it got busted? No, but you've been in prior to that, and yeah, prior to when the police came in and opened it and thingied it all up.
I wasn't there because I was barred out because of I taxed them. I took 2,000 ecstasy off them. Jimmy and Gary Rock. That's why I got thingied, and I took the nightclub off them. So that night when I got busted, I was in jail.
You've been in prior, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been in before, yeah.
Did you ever hear of Die Hard Rave Club?
They wouldn't have had the club. They only had 32 people the first night you opened it. And I went in with it. They had Ernie there, and they said, "Oh, will you do the door?" And there was Bushby was on. He said, "Stop wasting time. There's nobody going to come the next week." It was a bank holiday. Like 2,000 people in the club. Official
Top got to say, I done a podcast about Tim Foyle and his disgusting behaviour coming out next week.
It's really good as well when he talks on it. And
he's done another one.
Steve did one the other week. I want about just let you know, just let them know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just saying that Brian forgot to say I'd done a podcast about Tim Foyle and his disgusting behaviour coming out next week. Oh, brilliant, Steve. Brian, what did you make of the girl who killed her friend, chopped her body up and walked around the suitcase for dumping the body elsewhere? She looked like she could not harm a fly. I know, but it looked like her mother was involved in that, you know.
I don't know.
Because she met her at the church, didn't she? That lady. And then she went and found out how to cut bodies up at university.
It'd be an easy thingy for the police to think you want to solve easy case.
It shows you're walking with it. It's very heavy. Old school strength.
Hello, mate. You all right?
There's plenty of people that will tell you otherwise who are still around. So no, Brian doesn't lie. No. Jar Jar Reggae, easy guys, peace and love. Hey Jar Jar, nice to see you on again.
How you doing, son? You okay, brother?
Get your Christmas trees up, everybody. Spark your saying.
Yeah, get the lights up. We getting a smaller one this year because that other one takes about 3 hours to put up, 3 hours to take down. So we end up taking down 6 months after it's been up.
Neil Roberts said, Brian, it's clear to see you are getting better slowly. Yeah. Loads more movement. Look out, everybody who doubted you.
Yeah, look at them. Come in neck. Couldn't move the neck without completely gone. See, I've seen Bram yesterday. All of them come in. Every one of them all got belts. Every one, the family, the kids, all the kids in him, and they're all like the Karate Kid family. So we called them the Miyagi family. We would call them the what was it called? The Karate thingy. I've got the name of it now. The Karate series.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai, we called them. They were laughing their heads off last night. All of them all got belts. All them, his son, his daughter, and him. I think it's the first time ever done. Like a family of all like that many. We got all the same, all belts, different divisions in different weights. He said the same last night. You're back. When you first come out, it was awful. How you were saying, it felt terrible when you were walking. You couldn't hardly move, and we're moving you. The difference now, you're walking about, marvellous, your hands are moving, everything's just marvellous to see you getting back to normal. So I bet you somebody's getting worried, not far away from you. I bet he is, isn't he?
Philip Crawford, that's lovely. Hiya, Jim Cook.
Pivot and leave, pivot and move. What that size that head, you couldn't miss it. Could hit it from here. The size of his head, just like that. Numpty dot, numpty. It's like a big ginger pumpkin.
Did you ever? I used to go at the after dark. It was crazy in there in that blooming chill out area, wasn't it? The after dark.
I didn't like it in there.
No, it's crackers. Yeah, it's a bit of a mad atmosphere. Yeah, but it was funny.
It was a bit of trouble now when it's sort of Elvis Tummels when you get a good eye and they had to go up. And the all were going to bring in that Chilman Road was there and that.
Yeah, I remember.
And I shouted at them, going, "Oh, Brad Cox come to the on." I met Big Billy Robertson that night. And you know, were we all right? I said, and I met Stevie Hammer and that, and they all sat down with me. They were great lads. I sorted the trouble out and they wanted me to go. Big Billy said he couldn't manage one bride for the night. So now I've got to get back to Stockton. So yeah, I went and sorted the trouble out. I didn't really like it. It was too small. That the Eclipse was the best. Even young Billy used to come to our Eclipse. He said it was the best club ever. Yeah,
there was a bit of a strange feeling when you used to go in the chill out area of the after dark and the venues.
You didn't feel uncomfortable. You felt a bit uncomfortable there. Where I had my clubs,
it's a bit everyone.
Everyone used to know. No one used to fuck about. No one got hurt because they knew I was there. Like the little band and all them Speedy was with us and all. I played the whole Stockton, been over the Middlesbrough stuff. We had Redcar, Red Gisborough, we had every fucking boxed off from Teesside. Right up to Sunderland, we had boxed off with any because he never used to do nothing like that. So he used to let me do my stuff. And I had everywhere boxed off, to tell you the truth. In the whole North East, like so Billingham, Stockton, Thornaby, Redcar, or everywhere boxed off, all the way up to Saltburn, Whitby. It was all boxed off in them days. And we were the only ones doing our work, what we did. We had a massive kind of people working. We had all the doormen. I stopped working with the doormen. I let the doormen do the doors themselves. I used to pay them a bit of this, that, and the other. And we could just do what we wanted in the club, and that's how we had control of them. So we had the people in there could fight. We had the doormen who run the doors. We had the owners let us do it. So just boxed everything up. It was like a massive fucking underworld thing we had boxed off. It was great.
Variator, much love from Devon. Jim Cook, that video he did was a good WhatsApp person. He certainly is.
Yeah. Hello, Devon.
No, yeah. Where's Devon? He was from Devon.
Oh, from Devon, sorry. Yeah, it's a long way. Right down where John lived in it. Oh, mate.
Brian, have you ever been to North Shields before? And do you know anyone from there?
I used to be. I was in with Billy Cruthers in jail from North Shields. The boss gang, they were called Nice Kid Billy. I was in there. I was in 1994. I think I was in 95. So 94. I think I was in. I got convicted in 95. I was in Durham with him. Nice. They all got about 60 years. I'm not.
Tony, right then. Well, go ahead then. What have you got to say? It them likes people, please. People show love. That's lovely, Steve. Thank you.
Yes, don't forget to push the like buttons to do the trolls. Big massive heading. Top numpty nut. I mean, coming on, calling people in a wheelchair, calling people spastics, calling people retards, calling people. There's people who I know who've got children who are like that all life. I'm lucky, I'm getting better. But there's people like that for the rest of life in a wheelchair and calling people them words are just vile. But he can phone the police on people when they say they're going to do a video on him and talk about him. And then when people phone the police on, they never turn up because he's a little snitch.
Richard Reed, yeah, it's definitely not the same with bouncers now. I think they're all wired up to the police, aren't they, on radios and stuff. Yeah, chucking birds out is harder than blokes. You've said that, haven't you, Brian? Like when you chucking a woman could be worse than the blokes. Dr. No. Workid was an about Billy Robinson earlier on, but never heard the name on here. No disrespect, Billy, just didn't hear your name. I don't know what that means. Dr. No.
Billy didn't know my name. Billy knows me well. Jimmy Cranston knows me well. Billy's Jimmy's mate. I was up there with near Jimmy. Went in the gym. My car went missing. I asked Big Billy to try and find my car for me. He was in a van. I didn't know Big Billy. I knew him very well. His son comes on all the time when he to stop talking shit to whoever you are.
No, that's Dr. No.
No, don't want about it. But thingy saying I didn't know him.
No, nobody said you didn't know him. He said work was on about Billy Robinson earlier, but I never heard the name on here. No disrespect, Billy, but just didn't hear your name. Yeah, probably from a different.
No, he's from Gate.
Everywhere I've heard of Billy Robinson and all that.
Monster of a block fighter.
And I was from Redcap. Do you know what I mean? So
brilliant fighter. His dad was a great fighter.
So if you're from Newcastle, Dr. No, you've got to have heard of Billy Robinson. Crying out loud. I don't know if I've done the right thing with this one now.
It's like somebody up there said, "I'm the bread of Brian Cockerill." Some woman up there talking shit. Never heard of me. I'm in the same box as her husband. Absolutely mental case.
I'm just, Dr. No, what I've just done is I've just removed that because I can't understand why Billy Robinson's name was mentioned, and his son comes on here. Brian thinks a lot of Billy Robinson, so got a lot of respect for the family. So I've just took it off just for now, just to check out what's going on, because I didn't know there was nothing mentioned for you to mention Billy Robinson.
We went to the club, what she's on about the after that. Billy used to run the door there, and Ernie Bugh used to have it. But Ernie wasn't on that night, so Billy was in with Stevie Hammer. You must have heard of him. He's from Gateshead. They're all Gateshead lads, and they were in the door. And I went, me and a lad called Tom and Paddy and his Mrs. Ann, she's passed away now. We went in the car, and because we've got there, we went in, and Jill Monroe and Russ Monroe from Redcar Bodybuilders, they used to compete. They were on the door saying, "Oh, he's coming to take the door off us." So Billy talked to me. I went, "No, I'm just he's getting bullied off such and such," and I stopped him. What was happening? They shook my hand, and we were all right. We all got on great. And big Stevie Hammer ended up being in jail with him, and Johnny the Pirate and all them. They're all the best of friends. They're all from Gateshead. So Billy was a good lad. Billy Robinson, in his day, could have fought anyone 1-to-1. He was one of the best fighters. Believe me, one of the top fighters ever.
Yeah, I agree with that.
In his prime, he was unstoppable.
Yeah. And we've got a lot of respect for him and his son.
And his son's a great kid as well.
Who is also a moderator.
We tried to get the Cosworth, but while I was up there with a lad called Steve, and he lived near the big cranes in that area and on the dock. And he took me in, but Billy was going by, so I was big Billy. I went, "Hey, Billy, hey, big Brad." He was driving a pickup truck. I think he was doing a bit of scrap or something. And he stopped on the street and said, "Oh, you might have it. Yeah, they're fucking thieves. They've pinched the car." And he pointed the house out where these two kids were, and went to the door to get it. And when we got there, they'd been locked up and put in jail. So for 5 years ago, because we've got sold, but Billy found out which house it was for us. But we went up, but we never got to speak to the kids because we were in Bellany jail.
Yeah. Craig Crawford, hiya, Carlos and Katie from Morecambe. Lucky World by Cheek Monk said, "Oh, do you know what, Neil Roberts? I used to go in Bennett's every week without fail during the week. It was in the late 80s, only fights for the women who took their high heels off and used. Yeah, it was a great place, that."
So I was on about tonight because I was talking about Birches and Blazers and Bennett's and Berlins. And there was how many clubs called B? I'm going on Birches. Wait a minute, I've got mixed up with the clubs. There's that many Bs. Every club was called B. Blazers. Was that many clubs? See, Blazers was rough. The roughest two nightclubs out of them all was Birches, without a shadow of a doubt. And Blazers was the roughest two nightclubs in the whole of Teesside. You go in them, it was just a gang of from Park End, a gang from Easterside, a gang from Groveville, a gang from whatever. They're all different streets and they're all being gangs in there. And I had to marshal it and get in because the Dolphin couldn't do it. So I went and I started running the doors. I took it off the lads who were from Groveville. And I used to get paid off Tracy, they called her. She's no longer with us. She passed away. And her brother used to run it for the dad, Roy. And I used to marshal the door. But the door went on, staying there. We used to work with Frankie. But they couldn't keep these lads out because they were too powerful for them.
Sparky, definitely come down in February. It'd be lovely to see you.
Yeah, Sparky, anytime, you're welcome.
Jim Cook, what is the film you are in? Did you say it was getting?
It's out in March. The lad said it because it was 6 weeks because it took longer to do editing it. So it took over a year to make the film. You know, these people make a film in a couple of months. They're not proper films, garbage. They've took over a year to do it. So you do about 6 months filming, you do about maybe 6 to 8 months editing. So it was 6 weeks later. So you've been on the phone again, talking the other day. So it's going to be out in March next year. And then when it's finished in March, they're going to start another one June, July. Will probably take another year to make, and then that'll be out next year. And the year after that, they're going to do the Taxman one. That's the plan.
Turbo Tony, me. So what have you got to say? Slapping people is more fun when you got hands like serious. Yeah, you're right, Jar Jar. You had big hands, didn't you, Brian? Terry Berry, hi Brian. I'm looking well, thank you. I'm a few years younger than you. I'd redo and did not make you disrespect. Right, and Emma. Yeah, well, I'll re-moderate you, but Billy's son comes on here and Brian and Billy go back way time, so so...
Just respect, if somebody called you, mate, said something, and it wasn't right, we'd take that off, wouldn't we?
Yeah, Blazers was a hoot, yeah. Richard Reed, did you come across John Gardner, Brian? Northwest lad.
John Gardner, I had that name.
John L. Gardner?
No, I never got John L. Gardner's one who embarrassed that Paul Sykes when he absolutely made him look like a little rat. He can. I've never seen a boxer in my life turn the back in the ring and cower. I've seen people when the eyes are bad or the jaws broke or they can't go on because the ribs are gone, something like that. But to do that and turn his back after a few rounds, what a coward! And after that, he was just a known coward. After that, Paul Sykes was nonsense.
P20P rumours was the dad but fun. Yeah, I liked rumours. Brian Jeffrey was on the door, wasn't there? We used to go in there often. Pete Roy used to go in there a lot. Jar Jar Reggae, I wish the blues were still about. Me too.
No, I didn't like the blues.
I loved them.
Absolutely garbage.
Me and Carol loved them.
The smoke, the music was shit. You couldn't see anyone. You couldn't talk. It was shit. Nowhere to sit. Piss all people pissed on the floors.
Ragamuffin, You're My Chicken Stuffing, Jar Jar Reggae was my favourite song.
Yeah, I didn't like them in there. We obviously, I shut them down by opening all them rave clubs. When we opened them clubs, everyone just stopped going to them, which was better and all because lasses getting taken and everything to different places, getting kidnapped and put on the game in Manchester and Leeds and that. It's terrible. So I'm glad they got shut down.
Oh, Stephen Jennings. I live next door to a guy who done boxing in Shields. Manny, do you know him? Brian Manny.
Bergo, yeah, he lives on the corner from my friend who we just talked to the other day, so he speaks to him all the time. He was one of the lads who come from me. He had the second fight with the heavyweight boxer from Hartlepool, and he backed me up.
Manny Bergo.
Yeah, great lad. 10 fights and 10 wins, that lad. Absolutely awesome black lad, brilliant kid. Yeah, good lad.
Yeah, you'll have to give.
Tell him I was asking about if you see him, mate. Great lad, Manny. Stevie Abaddon, he's another one. He passed away. I saved him getting life off, Stevie. It's another story there I told in the day. You'll see it.
No, Dr. No, I just think there's a bit of confusion. We're just saying we had.
I'll just leave it now, mate.
Yeah, just leave it. Jim Cook, the Taxman film, that will be awesome. The McIntyre documentary is good as well. Thank you, Jim Cook.
I think it's been seen by just under 4 million people.
So I had 3 hits on my YouTube channel. Brian, my ex-wife, for a lawyer and the child support agency. Ram Raider UK, hiya. I hope you're okay.
Yes, I hope you're okay.
Nice to see you back, Ram Raider.
Could do it Ram somewhere.
Sykes the coward turned his back in the ring. You'd never do that. Go down fighting. No, fighting.
No, I'd rather get knocked out unconscious and have a go than go down like that's a coward, isn't it? But then he was great at beating little kids up, raping them in jail, wasn't he, and raping YPs. When he was little Teddy was there on that night. It was in Middlesbrough. Teddy will tell you the story. So Teddy's going to be coming on official topic talk as well next week to tell you his story about what's happened with tinfoil and everything. He's going to tell you the truth, what really happened. From Teddy, he doesn't like. So another one, he'll be a liar as well. Everyone who comes on speaks about him. Even who's today, the young lad, Mackie Boy Baker, he's a liar now. Everyone's a liar who comes on. From Sparky's a liar. Everyone's a liar because he's not right in the end. But yeah, Teddy's going to be on telling the story on there. But Sykes, he was raping, but when he was in the place in Middlesbrough, Teddy told me, I forgot the name now. And one of them stood up and said, he's still raping the YPs in Durham, you dirty bastard, Sykes. And he went, who said that? And he went, I fucking didn't. Another one went, I did. And it was like Sparky, because I'm Sparky, like that. And they're all standing up, and all the travellers went, I'll fight you, Spike, come on. And you had to run him out the door. Spencer's, I think, were involved in it. And you had to get him out the back door and get him in the car and gone. So yeah, Teddy was there. He was actually
in off the park, I think it was that one. Yeah,
might have been in off the park. Teddy knows where it was anyway. But he chased them, and he had to run out of Middlesbrough. And he got battered off another kid called Terry Mitchell from Leeds, smashed him to pieces, and like a proper one would have a second go, not even shit himself. He used to hide out the way when he seen him. Cowardly man. Watch the fight. John Elgardner fights Paul Sykes for the world title. I think it's in London for the British heavyweight title. I think it's the 6th round. He just gives up. Absolute coward.
Oh, Ram Raider, you're not shadow banned. You're still here.
No, you're not shadow banned.
Jim Cook, did you ever meet Lenny McLean, the governor, and thoughts on him?
Lenny McLean was an awesome fighter, top man. But it was his own area where he was at. He wasn't in the middle here.
Yeah, you're right. Passively, Jar Jar. Sparky Shack. Hiya, Sparky Shack. I've heard loads and loads about you. All good. Our friend Don comes on, so I'm going to have a little look at your channel. So thank you for coming on, Sparky Shack, and lovely to see you on. Let me have a look. You ever met Tony Moore house?
No,
Turbo Tony? Do you want to elaborate?
I don't know who he is, mate.
No, I was just sitting there. Brian us, Scott, missed you, Emma. We've missed you as well, Ram Raider.
Yes, Ram Raider.
I thought you were a moderator, Ram Raider.
Don't forget, push the like buttons. Only 40 on, 68 people on. Bill coming up tonight. I think a lot of people are out tonight. I know with the kids in that with the partying and stuff tonight. Loads of people are out going to parties all over the northeast. Well, going all over England, aren't they? So it's a bit of a dead night tonight. But we still having fun, aren't we, guys? And don't forget to push the like buttons. Tomorrow when you catch up with anyone. And I've done another 5 stories tonight. 3 of them are from Stockton, where goes into a club with guns, puts a gun down somebody's throat. There's another one where we get nicked for a firearm, but it's not a firearm. It's a spark plug, and it's funny, but it's true. And then there's another one where it's the same story, but I've had to do it twice, like part 1 and 2. It means Speedy go in with guns in a place, then we go in another place. Just a few stories just in Stockton, but everyone knew, but the people got the guns out of the place and that, and no made a statement, because in the old days, places like Blazers and Birches and places like Leo's and all them places, anyone will tell you, if anyone off council say was there, they say, I never seen Brian Cockerill, I never seen Emma, I never seen the cops coming and would never talk, would look at you with his brain. It was installed in you as a kid, don't tell the police nothing. You never seen nothing.
I will do Manny's young nephew now does boxing. Manny trained him, he's now fighting for Matchroom. I think Gaza has something to do with Matchroom as well, doesn't he?
I'm not sure.
I'm ready, UK. Brian Oscar, much love always. Bartley Gorman and other fight the lion that was in my face and the snake that slithers at my feet.
Well, Bartley Gorman's got the lad who I fought was called Henry Arab. Big lad, about like Tyson Fury's type, not as big. No idea he was good as a boxer, but he was great, big Henry. And he was a top fighter, and I beat him. I was only 22, 23-year-old. And he's in Bartley Gorman's book, and he talks really well of him, saying he was some man, Henry Arab. And I beat him when I was 22-year-old. It was all over the northeast when I beat him. All the travellers from like Darlington talking about it, Bishop Auckland and all them places. My throat's going wrong.
I've done it for you, Amrita, but I thought I'd done it, but I didn't you by mistake. So you should have a spanner back now. Good evening, Brian and Emma. Looking well from Mickey Campbell. Hi, Mikey Campbell. And is there a force of the devil? Sparky Shack. Emma, we spoke before. And Andrews. Ah, that's right, Sparky Shack. I remember now. Hiya, PP. How's it going? Nice to see you. You still are you still fishing for carp? So nice to see Sparky Shack and PP. Let me have a look.
Yes.
I haven't got a shack. No, you haven't got a Spike. You're electric, aren't you? People don't fight these days. I certainly don't. Don't disrespect anyone in no one.
I mean, there's a story there. Paul Sykes fighting a shark. He couldn't even fight John Elgader, so he's going to fight a great white shark. How we think about it. And when you throw a punch in water, you know yourself, it's drag suits nowhere near as force. So punch the shark in the ear and it swam off. Come on, Howie. Bullshit boils. Bullshit.
Super rated enjoy Richard. Gazelli's 1961. Nice you have your health back, Brian. Apart from yourself, who's the number one hardest man that you fought? Seen Duffy or some other?
Quite a few people I have fights with, like I didn't even know the names of them, different areas, and you've gone to Leeds and places like that, and you've gone to Bradford and places like that. You fought people who were travelling, and you've had good goes with us. So if I'd fight, Duffy hit me, then hard if he hit me when I wasn't looking, to quite tell you the truth, not going to lie. But he hit that was the hardest punch I took. But I fought a big fight with Dave Garside as well. That was a hard fight. But as of like one I used to destroy them in seconds when I was super fit. Without drinking drugs with me, I was unbeatable in my day. Stephen says it. Manny Bell will tell you that. Stevie Avedon will tell you, big Stevie Hammer, all them. Eddie Buick will all tell you the same. If could have beat me, they would have beat me. That's what Eddie used to say.
Yeah, Cheeky Monkeys here. Did you ever fight a karate master, Brian?
I thought a lad who was a black belt judo champion, and I broke his neck with the left hook, and I snapped his neck in the gym. He was in the gym fighting me.
Artistic Man, great to see you.
See, if you like Bram said, he top of the range as well, like jiu-jitsu and everything. Somebody's like that and get hold of you. They can't do it. If you're 20 odd stone there, we're 12 stone. You just pick up and throw them around like a rag doll. You can't throw somebody around who's 24 stone and you weigh 12 or 13 or 14. That's why you've got body weight in boxing. They've got to be different divisions. You wouldn't have a chance. So somebody's 10, 15, 12 stone, 15 stone everything, they grab you and they pin you to the floor. And that's what Lee said. He's just too strong for anyone, Lee Duffy. He said he set the Cockerill. He just can't. He's unstoppable. You can't knock him out. And Dave Thomas said the same. He was his best friend who was coming to see us next week. He said, what's wrong with you? He said, I'm trying to fight with the hardest lad I've ever met in my life. And I get the day. And he told all the dorm in the room, Ozzy Bingham was there. And he said, I couldn't knock him out. He said, yeah, it's Scotch Bragg. And he didn't know me that name, see. But he told the truth. He said he just couldn't do it. He was just too strong.
PP is spot on. It is mental place, this YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, mate. But it's a good place because look at us on here now having a bit of fun, having a laugh. And Sparky, I think it was Sparky come on. No, Philip came on a bit depressed. Now he's feeling all right. So,
but all the rest of the drama is crazy, isn't it?
Oh yeah, all that other shit. Yeah, all that. He said, she said. I don't tell lies. I tell the truth. Like if somebody's got like they hit me with a punch, I see like sparks. I was going to get knocked out. When he was fighting Garside, he was getting the better of me in a fight, but I was went off my head full of drugs for 2 days, wasn't I? And alcohol. And then when I went back the second fight, I destroyed him. Two punches, it was all over. But yeah, you can't tell which lies. You can't write a book and say something in it and change it. You know, the 2004 book that I've written, the same stories are in there, but I'm telling you now, I'm telling the truth.
So Horace Black, is there a lot of trolls and I can't see them? Ram Raider, I'm glad you got your spanner back. Great positive channel, this one of the best on YouTube. Thank you, Autistic Man.
Thank you, Autistic Man.
Chris Cunningham, hi mate. Hope you're both well.
Hello, Chris.
Ram Raider,
you're okay as well. Ram Raider, hope you're okay.
I would have loved to have been your fighting promoter back in your prime, Brian. You would have been up there with. Do you know what? What did Bram say about you if you'd have been around?
Bram's an analogy of me is no matter what era you were in, even Lee Watty says it.
No, he says about the
Kung Fu.
No, what was it? The MMA. Is it MMA or something? He said you were doing it back then, weren't you?
Yeah, I don't remember.
All right, in Newtown. Right, FD Young Chip. I buying them from Scotland. Terry seems like what you see is what you get, and that's a good thing. PP, MES, I just got £19 on my last trip to West. Brilliant, PP.
Brilliant, mate.
He's really good carp fisherman.
£90 fish.
Yeah.
Michael, our mate Lee from South Bank. He's a fisherman. He was in France.
Lee Marsh, yeah.
Lee Marsh, he's a fisherman. Aki's another fisherman, and fucking hell, mate. All I caught was a cold. The only fish I caught was went at the fish shop and I got a cod and chips.
Eggley Sykes was a legend in his own head. You can see that in the documentary.
Yeah, he was a complete narcissistic bully. His wife used to pee herself when he shouted at Andy's own sister. And his sister actually went and lived with Tinfoil for 2 weeks, and Tinfoil said the ghost of his Paul Sykes lives with me and he keeps ringing the bell. And the glasses in the house move like that. It's on the Jimmy O show if you watch it. Absolute. A couple of people have been on here, about 6 people have watched it and couldn't stop me. I thought he was exaggerating, Brian, pissing himself, laughing, saying, they typed attendant, the poltergeist types in, like, Jamie, write the book about me. It's me, Paul Sykes, write my book. And he's like, and Jimmy O's looking at it, but he admits to it all.
Yes, Sparky would have sorted yours out. Irish Fight fan. Hiya, hope you're well.
Yes, thank you, Irish Fight fan.
Oh, do you know what? Jar Jar, I have met Purple in Liverpool Magistrates, yeah. Yeah, and I know all kinds about him. Well, he was a son of a diplomat.
Yeah, Tinfoil's wanting to do a book on him as well, and he weirdo. He's always wanting to do books on people, Rollins.
But what I will say, and the reason why I used to get upset about it, because 2 young children in Liverpool were running away from him. And like a lot of kids in Liverpool, I've run away from him. And something happened on the train tracks and one of them died. But yeah, we've seen him in Liverpool magistrates and we were winding George Schofield up with trained Shane Erie. He didn't know who Aki was, and we were saying, "Oh, George is a big lad, isn't he? And he's just, yeah, he's a bugger. He's always been a carrier bag for Liverpool magistrates, son of a diplomat. But he was actually a go-between between firms. He would know before anything kicked off, he would actually be like a go-between. Yeah, he's a strange character, him, like. Powerhouse, huge. Mickey Blue Eyes. I remember I respect from the Youngly family, Liverpool. Yeah, you'll know all about that bugger, won't you, Mickey? Good family, the Youngly family. Andrew Sheldon, hiya.
Hi, Andrew.
Philip Crawford, there's one way to bring happiness to yourself. Think of something good in your life and say thank you. Yeah, that's right.
Or do something good in your life for someone who's struggling. About 8 people there we spoke to this morning sent messages to who've been struggling, and a couple of people were suicidal last week. I spoke to them, talked to them both down having them from wanting to just end their lives. So they've gone that far. Their heads have gone fried. I've spoken to one for a couple of hours last week, got it right. Been back on the phone 2 or 3 times, so he's perfect. Come back to work and everything. We spoke to another lad, got him right as well. So 2 in the same week, really going through the same depression.
Yeah. My mum gave me a glass of chocolate bit. Sounds nice, that Mickey Blue Eyes. Jim Cook, why do you call him? Sykes said he would beat his son up, says it all. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Sykes used to beat his wife up, didn't he? She was just a punch bag, and that's why all 3 sons are in jail, and all 3 of them are bullies, and all 3 of them have been sugared in water or put hot butter and scalding hot water and thrown them in the armory for being a bully. They've been done there for one of them beat a copper to death with a knuckle duster and something else killed him, and the others are in for raping women. So just like his dad, rapists.
Mickey Blue Eyes, thank you for confirming that with about Aki. Thanks. Yeah. Cheeky Monkey, are you going to get Liam on singing? Hopefully. But I don't think it was a real Liam that came on, said the other week. I wanted to know that who's. You'll have to go and have a little look on Official Topic Talk and you'll see who Tinfoil is. I'll have a little look on Exposure TV or somewhere like that.
Or just listen to the story that I've told you on mine, where that call, where he says, if I'm at court, or that my company's at court, I'll never ever come on YouTube again. Boom, win the court case. We proved the letter from the day when we went to the day the court case was over. I mean, Emma got all letters put together, showed everyone conclusive evidence. Still saying there's no court cases. He's a mental patient, and then also all the stuff that Emma's had to go through when I was in hospital. People phoning up and threatening to rape her while I was paralysed in a wheelchair. I couldn't move my arms and legs and my head. It was him getting people to do it. It's just a vile horror.
Paul, what lies is that Brian's telling? If you think he's mentally ill, so come on, elaborate. If you're going to make a comment like that, elaborate and I'll answer you.
The only lie is you, tinfoil. They all call you tinfoil because you know what you smoke. That's what it is. The whole world calls you tinfoil, or greasy head, or tramp, or ragamuffin, or pumpkinhead. Every week you're a different person.
But I didn't want to push me luck. Cheers, Brian, for putting that story. Yeah, by us, stung as an ox, really looking back at yourself, mate. Emma, looking great. Thank you, Irish Fight fan. That's lovely. Richard Reed, Big Blue Eyes. I live 200 yards from us here in Toxteth. Yeah, because that's where I lived, Mickey. My dad told me a few stories. Can't be asked talking about it, though. Feel like your kid. Yeah, there's loads of stories of him.
Just looks like a real weirdo.
I know many children know that were chased from school by him, and that is the truth. Who were growing up lads now. You cannot go wrong with the truth. It's the only way to live.
And the thing is, the truth sets you free. Once you stop telling lies and you get caught once, people think, well, why didn't you say, well, I got better in the fight? Well, he did get better in the fight, but I've been on E for 2 days and on drink with an 11-minute fight. I bite his ear off. The next second fight, I broke his jaw. I broke his ribs. I made a mess of him. I absolutely made a mess of him in the second fight. I went back and had a second go because I was normal, and that was the real Brian Cutler. The first one was the one off his head. So that was the only fight really I was getting the better of. So really, every man I fought to beat, because the second fight I had them beat, and then I tried to get a third one, which is in Paddy Conroy's book, where I went to his house and offered to fight 1-to-1, £20,000. He wouldn't do it. He didn't want to fight me. And that's in the book. You can see it, the truth.
Yeah, I seen something, Ricky, earlier. Somebody mentioned that podcast, what you've just mentioned there. And I seen name dropping other people from Liverpool crazy. You're totally truth about that. Arthur is full of cocaine, constantly embarrassment. Yeah, you can't go wrong with the truth. It's the only way. Yeah. If you can help one person, Brian and Emma, it makes a difference. It certainly does.
Well, when you help one person, they might have 2 daughters and 2 sons. Then they might have kids. Then you've got your grandkids, and then you've got your dad and your mum, and they've got brothers, neighbour. So you're helping loads of people in the way, and then people might work with him, and he might be with him, and it's like a big, massive tree, isn't it? With roots. You don't just help one root; you help the whole tree, aren't you? So it's like loads of roots coming from a tree.
Hiya, Tim Up. Lovely to see you on. Yeah, same again. The kids have ended up like that. Yeah, you're right. PP autistic man.
I mean, look at the way Sykes died. I mean, 2 top boxing promoters who are well known, Johnny Nelson and Peter Fury, said he died a horrible death because he lived a horrible life. He did horrible things to people. So he dealt the death he deserved in the end, because he was getting kids coming up to him, putting dog shit on him, smashing eggs on his head, and throwing mud in his face and everything when he was too old. And they set him alight and everything, but all them kids he sexually assaulted him did come back and got him in the end. So it comes back, and same as tinfoil now, it's coming back on him. All the lies he's portrayed me, he said I'm lying. He's trying to say I never fought all these people I've told you about, all these fights I've had, and all the books are all lies. So why did he write this? Why did he write the Resurrection book then? If it was all lies, why would he write it? Well, he made the money off the book and then ripped us all off, and then said it was all lies. So why write the book, keep all the money, rip people off? Why rip people off? Like Sean Atwood said, he was making enough money. He was getting 37.5%. His partner was getting 25.5%. Now I was getting 37.5%. But they sold my money as well. So they had 50% each. They never give us nothing. Me and them haven't been paid now for over 12 months. Not a penny. And I can prove that to the courts.
Yes, Sparky will definitely sort something out towards Christmas. Probably do the same as last year. Yeah. Let's have a look.
Yeah, it was good last year. And they did with Marty Turner. Tortured Marty Turner as well. 76-year-old man, sending him porn. What do you call it? Porn bomber. What do you call it? A load of porn stuff on his page. He's 76-year-old doing that to an old man. Sparky Baker tortured him today.
Tim Foyle is now called Paul Aero.
I call him Pumpkinhead.
Okay,
Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, one must not fall far from a tree. Certainly. Cheeky monkey, Chip Panhead.
Chip Panhead, yeah, he'd be perfect for a bonfire, wouldn't he? He'd go up like a fucking Catherine wheel. He stood outside the shop the other day, and the kids who kept giving him money, said penny for the guy. I thought it was the guy. Sometimes dogs think, penny for the guy who stood there and would make money off him. I've never seen a bigger tramp in my life. He wants to be like Paul Sykes, and that's what he goes to tramp.
Thank you, Jim Cook. Andy Alley, where the hell have you been?
Yeah, where have you been? You? I don't
know. Looks.
Yeah. You haven't befriended Jamie Boyle, have you?
Andy Alley's got a marvellous story. Hopefully one day he'll come on. Hasn't he? A brilliant story. My mother-in-law is coming for Halloween. He's dressed up. I was fight fan is by a fan of Katie Taylor fighting tonight. I've heard there's a fighting on tonight.
There's all the girls lately, isn't it? I'm getting in there. I think there's about 6 top fighters. I think some of the Marshall's fighting somebody else as well now, a different fighter. So it's good for them to keep fighting.
Oh, thank you, Kelly. For my girl. Oh, thank you, Kelly. That's lovely. You're so lovely to me, you, Kelly. You are. You make me smile. Kevin DeSantis. Dr. No Respect, sorry, Sprat. Let's have a look. Cheeky Monkey, Slim Jim. Hey guys, how's it going?
Okay, Slim Jim. Another lad, he was on the fence at first. He come forward. He said he apologised, but well, apologise because he's a good lad. He was so good. Like Terry said, Terry's going to become an official topic talk and tell him how he got conned. So all these people he's conned with the books, not just us. It's every person who's done a book and been ripped off, not one or two. And all the documentary people and all the cameramen, everyone's been ripped off. Everyone we spoke to.
Mike Donovan, are you?
So I'm just warning you, and Emma can warn you, beware. Don't do a book with him. You never ever get what you want. You never get invoices. You never get a contract. You never get pay slips. You never get bank statements. You don't get to know how many books they've printed. What they've done with us, they printed one book, and then we found another 2 books with different ISBN numbers. No, that's the book. It's like a serial number on the book that tells you the name of the book. Like you have a car registration. There was 3 different books with 3 different ISBN numbers. So they'd already done 2 batches of books before we even sold my book. And made the money off that, then they put the other book out, which is one out with our ISBN number on, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They did. Andy Alley's 55 tomorrow.
Oh, good mate.
Top lady Kelly, she certainly is. Ooh. I just call him a prick. Yeah, Kelly, I just call him a prick too. Yeah, definitely. Dr. No. Definitely, people are born with demons. Jar Jar
yeah. 100%, mate. You can't just become that evil. You can't work on your evilness. You can't work on it. You're born that way. And he's definitely born with it. He's definitely born. Some of our church leaders, when we talked to, said he's definitely demonic him because even had our church leaders, they went to our church and tried to do this thing. His call us there, and when our church leaders found out, and then they spoke to people who were tortured, couldn't believe how much a convincing man he is. Just a compulsive liar he is. That's the demon in him. That make him look. He's like he's genuine.
Genuine shit doesn't burn. Cheat your monkey said. Brian, if he was alive and about now, do you think he'd have calmed down or still be the same?
I think he'd just be like me. He would have been the same.
Yeah, but you're calm, aren't you?
Yeah, but I don't think he would have calmed down. No, that's my opinion.
John Foyle thinks he's never ending. Certainly does.
Yeah, well,
That's a Horace. Because he won't stop.
He won't stop. See what he'll do. He'll leave us alone, and he'll go to somebody else. He'll bully them for a bit. He's done it to so many people. He has to have drama and screaming, shouting because he's a narcissistic personality disorder with multi-personality disorders. Paul Sykes. Then he wants to be Lee Duffy. Then he wants to be Teddy Dicko, for instance. And then he wants to be every subject he writes. He becomes that person. Finds out what they like and becomes them, then changes it to another one. Then it'll be Silence of the Lambs, and it'll be he just keeps changing personalities. Oliver Reed, the other one, Paul Weller last week, and now it's Terry Waite this week. Emma found a picture of him with the Parker on. Remember Terry Waite, who was tied to the radio for 5 years in Beirut? He said, "I would have looked like this man who got kidnapped for 5 years." That's his new personality. He's got now, Terry Waite. Mentally ill.
Auntie Ellie, we're on tomorrow for your birthday, so you'll be getting sang happy birthday.
Yeah,
but he's just saying, I'm retired now and doing voluntary work at a dog rescue centre, Brian.
Oh, brilliant.
Hard work and long hours, but very rewarding. That is absolutely amazing.
We just talked to a lady from Tesco's who was there. She's listening. She's just got a dog off Poland or somewhere, it's in Romania. She's got a dog she's looking after it, and it's just a rescue dog. So it's great when people do that to help animals because you're doing a great thing because you're giving that loving animal a home. And all you should do is feed it and water it, love it, and till it lives, it loves you, doesn't it? That's all dogs do.
Oh, he should be sectioned, so Horace. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Yeah, you are my security team. You are.
He definitely needs sectioning. There's no doubt about it. If he gets sectioned, he'll get help because he won't know how mental he is.
My brother still watches these Newcastle podcasts. Apparently, Miss Tumble's set about. I don't know if it's true or not. Oh, we haven't got a clue, Dr. No. Big respect doing that, Andy. It is amazing with the dogs. You always said you like something like that, didn't you, Brian?
Yeah, so if I won the lottery, like £1 million, I'd open a dog club for animals, for dogs, dog rescue. I like there's one called Paws, I think, and he does it. He's a Romanian lad, and he saves them from all over. My mate got two dogs from Romania, and they couldn't understand them because they speak Romanian. They didn't know who said sit. They wouldn't do now because whatever their language, how they talk. They didn't understand the name.
Oh, that's crazy. Do you know what? That's his favourite trick. Slim Jim said, beware, Tim Foyle is now going through all videos and liking and commenting on people's comments from the last few years, so it makes out they're still on his side and taking his side.
Yeah, you're right. Do you know what's
he's insane.
Mentally. He came on one night, me and Emma watching. He went, "I have 132 accounts," and then I asked him, "Why would you have that many?" He went, "To be multi." So he's getting 132 names. Them 132 people, he's pretending to be them. But it's because he's going on so he makes his channel look bigger. So he's getting 132 comments every time he goes on, 132 different people. So he sits all day commenting. This Jamie Doyle is the best author since Oscar Wilde. I thought, well, no one's going to write that. It's him. He keeps saying bad things. So he put on mine today. The greatest author ever lived was Jamie such and such, and the greatest crime writer put Middlesbrough on the map. And the Resurrection book was the bestseller. And we got all the money, the Doyles, and the Cockerill's got nothing up the Doyles he put. So he's like rubbing our nose in like he stole all our money.
Crazy.
Yeah, but it's not right.
It's
not right. I give my story when I've been stabbed, hit with bars, people attacked, all these fights, I had all the scars all over me, and the injuries I've got. And I'll give him them stories to do, for him to steal them off me and give me nothing. I haven't done a penny off him.
Cheeky Monkey said how many personalities has he got?
Oh, he's got multiple. That's why he's all these different people. Paul Sykes, Oscar. It was Oscar Wilde one night. He was dressed as him with a smoking jacket on. He's got his smoking jacket. Then he's dressed up as a Joker. Then he was dressed up as what was he was called? Oliver Reed the other week with a moustache. He pretended to be Oliver Reed and talking about Oliver Reed. Then he was what do you call it? Lee Duffy. He was Lee Duffy for about a year and a half, and then he turned into Paul Sykes again. He's just mental. And now he's Paul Weller the other week dyed his hair purple. I said Paul Weller is fuming because he says he looks now like him. And then he's dyed his hair. Now he's got his ginger hair back, and he's got a green parker on. He looks like a fucking lunatic. Looks like Penny for the Guy. So he stood there with that big ginger head, like pumpkin head. He must be 17 stone of fat. Pivot and move. I could eat you from here of mine. Couldn't miss that head, could you?
No.
You'd have to watch the grease all coming off your hands, wouldn't you, with his head? He's absolutely stinks, he's minging.
Penny for the Guy.
That's what he is, Penny for the Guy.
Kelly, I'm trying not to laugh.
Penny for the Tramp. Well, Paul Sykes was a tramp. If there's a picture of Paul Sykes, if you look at him coming out under a library, and he got done for flashed himself to young children every 25 times he's done it by the courts, and the court actually give an injunction to leave the city for 2 years to never come back. That's how bad he was for walking in schools and pull his trousers down. Everything terrible. Lived with a schoolgirl. Tinfoil saying it's all right because she was 15. No, it's not all right. It's against the law.
Andy, Eli's got his own channel and it's called, he said, How is the dog? So they're both on there and it's called, so if everybody could subscribe to Eli's little channel, it's going to be about him and Scrappy. We're going to change its name soon, but it's called
Eli.
Hold on, your channel right there.
Eli the Bulldog.
It's called Eli the English Bull Terrier.
And he's talking on it and everything.
And it's like a
comedy type thing, isn't it?
It's like a green thing, but it's Eli. I'll tell you the name of one of the videos so you can find it. So Eli playing with his big brother Scrappy. Eli makes the pond into a kennel. So you'll have to think he's got a few subscribers.
You've got children, like kids to watch. It's great for the kids because they laugh their heads off. He's ripping things up and pulling things to bits and chasing us in the house and doing mad bulldog and spins, and it's brilliant for kids. Kids just, like when you see that other one with the glasses, when he does that comedian bloke, he does that and all them funny things. It's a bit like that.
He's got 32 subscribers, but if anybody knows how to put links in, if you could put Eli the English Bull Terrier in for us.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah, it's good.
He started to talk more and more. He makes these mad noises in the middle of the night, so he can't get the camera off the video. And he's going, talks like aliens. You hear them noises from miles away. Like when they hear them, like it's called an anomaly. I can hear a noise. It's like that, like an alien.
Yes, I don't know how to do it, Cheeky Monkey. Do you know?
so loving, you know. You get on the bed with me, he will not. Like, he gets there and he goes to her. He pushes her with his head, and he's that strong, and he moves her off the bed. Believe it or not, he can push her right off the bed.
Right, but the channel. So if you put their cheeky monkey, I don't know how to do it. So Eli makes pond in English Bull Terrier, and put Eli makes pond in a kennel, and I think it'll come up.
Yeah. 75 on, 58 thumbs up. Don't forget to push the like buttons, guys.
I've been bad from Walker, what he calls himself for months, because the shit's like.
Oh, it's absolute garbage in it. There's nothing on it. It doesn't even. The dogs, our dogs get out cheap. I think on the other day with the dogs got 600 views in about 10 hours. He doesn't even get that in a week.
So Horace Black, tell us a little bit more about this, because a lot of people have said that he should have done that. He said, "Why didn't you not sue him for calling you a spider?"
Well, that's what we're going to do.
I think there's a thing called no. If you tell us a little bit more about it, Sir Horace.
Yeah, I don't know really.
Kevin, Demantis, yep. Hit them likes, thank you. Richard Hughes, Eli's the canine version of Brian. Yeah, he is. Let me have a look.
Somebody else come on about the other week. Some woman came on, said the same random bloke come on. Bloke who was really intelligent. I think he said it was a solicitor. He said, if you can sue and prove it's fraud, it's a win-win case. So he said, you better go to a solicitor who's got, like, you know, one no-win, no-claim ones, but you'd probably get it free anyway if you did it. So, but he said, as a spastic one, you can't get away with that because he's saying it when you're in a wheelchair, and he's saying it off his head, and the intent there is there. So
I'll just put that in there for you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Andy, that's amazing. Ben, can we have a debate on animal welfare in this country? Sometimes we'd love that, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
we love animals.
I remember being in Groveville, walking down, going to see my mate, Mickey Allison, and the lad was kicking the dog, really beating his dog. It was one of them chow type dogs, big massive thing. Anyway, I've gone on, boom, went from the left hook and knocked him off the fence, and Mickey's dog nearly bit him, a Rottweiler. So I've got the dog, I took it off him. I took it to the vet. It cost me about £200 to get it all. It was a mess and matted and everything. I come back and this old woman got it. Well, she's about 50. That was old to me. That was about 27. She got the dog and I gave her for nothing. Give the dog, and she said, "You had the dog till it died." And she looked after it all her life. But I knocked him out. The fucking asshole, kicking the dog all over the place. I hate things like that.
So Andy Ali, that'd be great because we'd do a StreamYard and you could jump on, couldn't you? Because these weren't there. That'd be wonderful.
People that have dogs fighting, they want jail, and automatic jail straight away. No bullshit, straight to jail.
Oh, you're going to get a shock. Slim Jim, I didn't know that was you. Let me add you as a moderator. Hold on 2 seconds. When I sent Doyle the Andy Man's wristbands, so do you know the picture that Doyle uses all the time of you to put things up, where you've got the wristband for the men's health?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, elastic training band, yeah.
When I sent Doyle the Andy Man's wristband and posters to give out, he wanted me to contact my mate to get Brian down and was going to charge people to sit there. And I said, no, it's for suicide for men. That's horrendous, isn't it?
He's vile, that's what I'm saying. He's just a vile, horrible human being.
But we're glad we found you.
His wife is even worse. She's worse than him. She is absolutely horrid.
But we're glad we found you, Slim Jim, because...
Well, Slim Jim come on, didn't he? And he said to me, "Brian, I'm really sorry because I believed him." I said, "Slim Jim, we believed him. Why do you think we did the books with him? Why do we think we did the documentary? Why did we do the Kindle and all the other stuff? We never got paid, mate. He just ripped us all off. Absolute. And he's sitting out laughing at us like we're idiots. Called me a spastic. You fucking retard. I can smoke crack and weed and still beat you. If I don't turn up at that gym at 11 a.m., 5'8", it's not 5'8", he's 5'6". If I don't come there, I swear my son's life I'll never come on the internet again. Spread his son's life twice in a week and still went back on the internet.
Anything suicidal men you'll do anytime, won't you?
Help anyone, whether it's men, kids, dogs, cats, snakes, whatever.
Thank you for subbing to Eli's channel.
Thank you, everybody.
But Andy Ellie, we'll definitely do that thing on animal welfare. But it's a strong
close
thing.
To my heart, animals. I love that. I can't tell you what I hate seeing. The little, you know, them little, what they call them, topher pan or something. It's called the little. they get them for the scales. They're only the lovely little things, and they put them in baskets. And they kill them and take the scales off them. Pangolin, called pangolins, they're called. Beautiful little creature, the most beautiful little creature you could ever see. And they kill them just for the scales, and they kill them and they use them for their medicine. I think they should be shot. The people for doing it. And killing gorillas just for their hands, for ashtrays. They should be shot dead on the spot. These poachers.
Thank you,
Steve. Killing elephants to put umbrellas in the legs. That's what they do.
Horrendous.
They want shooting in the head.
Thank you, Steve, for putting Eli's link, and thank you, Kelly, for subbing, and thanks
everybody on here.
Those engaged in dog fighting should we get jailed?
Automatic 2-year jail, and if you do
anybody who does that is horrendous.
They want thrown in the cage with the dogs and let the dogs rip them to bits and see how they like it.
Hi, Brian, as well. Thank you, Neil Gill. Yep, that's right. Yes, Andy Ali, let's get this StreamYard sorted.
That'd be good, Andy. That would be fantastic.
We'd love to do it.
Wherever you're at, what I'll do when I get better, we'll come and see you and we'll video you the day if we could, if the people would allow it. Or let's see what you do for your living and show people what a great job you do, mate. If it's okay by the people.
I'll try and get some money for the rescue.
Yeah, get the rescue money into the dogs. It'll just go to you, not us. The money will go straight to your charity.
Have you heard this? Someone said, Brian, listen, mate, love you, mate. I'm from Newcastle. No cunt up here could have done out with you in your day. You were a monster. You have your lovely Emma by your side, a lovely woman. I respect you, mate. Love you. Thank you, Carl.
Carl, God bless you, son.
That's lovely.
Down this way, Carl. Pop and see his brother anytime.
Oh, bless you, Carl. Thank you.
The truth always comes in the end. When you tell lies, when you make lies up, you look an idiot. But when you tell the truth, there's always somebody saying, I was there that night. I've seen this. So when you write books, people would look through that never happened, and you get called names from day one. I've only been getting calls on here off him. There's no one else called me. There's only him with these 132 fake accounts.
I know.
Yeah, Sykes did kill a cat out of Sarah Splat. You're right. He killed the cat in Liverpool jail. It was a cat. It was in there to kill rats. It was a big cat. Everyone loved it. He used to feed out the windows. I mean, Sykes enticed it in with food, strangled the cat, stabbed it, cut it, gutted it, and made it into a Davy Crockett and walked out. And he eventually, I'm not sure if he killed it, he says, Charlie Bronson, but he came out. The cat, everyone was looking for the cat, thought it had been killed, thought it died, thought a screw had killed it. And then one day he came out with the hat on after he gutted it and killed it. What an evil bastard. Sorry for swearing, but that's what he was. What an evil man. Too natural, little too well, innocent animal. Even frogs, cats, anything getting hurt, I hate it.
Therefore, Andy Ali, I'm just writing it to you, Andy. That will be great. That will be great. Definitely, we need awareness on animals and the cruelty. And I think there's going to be like a lot of people who've got all these dogs and use them as breeding machines and stuff like this. What are they going to do with this? What's it called? When the money's all going to pot and stuff, and they reckon they won't even be able to feed dogs. They've been putting all them in shelters and stuff, haven't they?
Yeah, farms, don't they? Like a breeding farm, don't they? We have them every 6 months or whatever the dogs have pups. They keep breeding until there's nothing left and they kill them. Or they'll throw them in with vicious dogs to make them get stronger and bigger. They'll put like a little weak dog in to make the other dog fight it, kill it. And they keep doing that with the weak dogs.
It makes me bad. Yeah, so we need to do something. Let's spread awareness, Andy Ali. Get on here and we'll sort it out, won't we?
Yeah,
but it's your birthday tomorrow. We'll sing happy birthday to you for joining us.
Yeah, we will, mate. We love you as well, Slim Jim, everyone. Thanks for all the
we love you, Kelly. We love Cheeky Monkey.
Kelly O'Neill. No, it's okay, mate.
Yeah, Cheeky Monkey. He said these puppy farms.
Kelly Davies, thank you for the money. Emma will probably spend that.
No, she sent it for me. She said that's for me, girl.
I know, yeah.
So Cheeky Monkey.
I'm off then. I'll see you soon, guys.
All these puppy farms need closing. Oh, yeah, I think we could all be active on that.
Be great.
What a horrible man Paul Sykes was. He certainly was. Oh, bless you, Kelly. Good night and God bless everybody. Night all. Night, Mike Donovan. Edgar Lee, all the best, everyone. Love these podcasts. That's Brian getting upstairs. He's in a bit of pain. So, still in a bit of pain, isn't he? Night all. Good night. Right, why I was hanging on, Andy Ali, are you still there? Because I was going to go get Eli and show you him. Andy Ali, are you still there? Andy Ali. Love you too, Kelly. Andy Ali, are you still there? I'll go and get him anyway. He's a little bit sleepy tonight. Eli, come here, come and see the people. Come on. What do they walk on it? I weighs a ton. He weighs an absolute ton. Oh, quick just put me. That's him now. Oh. Eli. Oh, you weigh a ton. There's people. Hello. You're beautiful. Are you beautiful? Are you beautiful? Right, nice. Yeah, here he is. But to see you. There's Scrappy giving him a cuddle. He's massive. I can't move now. He's that big. Hold on. Scrappy. Oh, I don't know. I've got to get him off me now. Eli. Hold on. Do you want to go see Scrappy? Hold on. Bobby. Here's that hand. Oh. Right, this is them. Right. Scrappy, come here. Scraps. Hold on. Eli. Hold on, I'll see if I can see you. Get them. Right, hold on. Hold on. Can you see him? No. Can you see him?
Yeah. See you there.
Can you see him?
Yeah.
I just warm me out carrying him like that. Can you see them? Can you see him on the screen, Bobby?
Yeah.
Are you Scrappy? Are you Eli? Are you being good?
Dead being good, been asleep.
Come on. Right, you bugger looks, Eli. So that's Eli. He has an half gun, hasn't he, Andy? He's massive. So yeah, so there he is. Right, see you later.